All right, folks. Well, joining me this time is the newest addition to the GamerPops team. Please welcome Shades McGrey.
Hello?
Hi, Shades. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good. Welcome to the team.
Well, I heard that your son Owen is out with a cold.
Well, yes, he is, and I'm very glad that you can join us for this. So, Shades here is joining me to talk about Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, the newest RPG in the Mario and Luigi series coming from Nintendo. And Shades and I have had an opportunity to play it. And Shades, you also got to attend the Paper Jam party, which is an event Nintendo held last weekend, where about 20 to 25 kids actually got to get a first crack at the game before it's released on January 22nd, I believe. So I thought maybe what I'd do is get Shades to give his impressions on how the event went and what he thought, and also we'll talk a little bit about the game. So Shades, first of all, the Paper Jam Party event, what kind of stuff did you get to do there?
Well, I got to get a new copy of the game and a brand new 3DS. It sort of outpaces my old one, better RAM.
Yeah. And you guys also got a new amiibo as well, right?
Yeah. I don't think you took it.
Which?
Did you?
Oh, I probably did, because I have an amiibo obsession, as you can tell from behind me. Which one did you end up getting?
I actually got a Bowser. I think it suits my personality well.
It does. You're both evil. Okay, so there's the Bowser that you got. And there's amiibo integration in the game, which is why you guys got them, because what do the amiibo do when in Mario and Luigi Paper Jam?
Well, these amiibo, they can be used to make little character cards, and I haven't actually seen what they do because I haven't got my thing fully set up yet, but I know that it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, they are, and they're basically what I've had a chance to.
I think that Bowser's going to do quite a lot of damage.
I think so. Basically, what they do is they give you sort of almost like a collectible card element, where you get certain buffs or certain extra powers and capabilities that you can use in battles, which could come in handy, especially in some of those larger boss battles. So, and that allows you to collect some of those cards and put certain powers on them, basically. So, not totally imperative to the game, but it's certainly, especially if you've got an amiibo collection.
It's actually the replacement of the badge system from the last few games.
Okay, so we'll come back to that in a second, actually, because I'm glad you brought that up. But essentially, they're a way to, if you have the amiibo or you want to get an amiibo,
add extra points, get extra points.
Yeah, and it's very similar to that system. So we'll go back to the event for a little bit, then we'll talk about where this fits in the series of games. So what else? So you got all that wonderful stuff. What else did you guys actually do at the event? I mean, obviously you got to play the game for a few hours.
And that was quite good. I made loads of progress.
Yeah.
Yes, but I also got to make a little papercraft hammer. It's perfect. For why you act like a hammer, bro.
Yeah, and that's the papercraft hammer that's actually in the game, which is part of your
trio attacks.
Trio attacks, right? And now, trio attacks, which implies there are 3 people involved, but this is a Mario and Luigi game. So why is it a trio attack?
Because, as the name suggests, there's quite a few elements from the Paper Mario series. I haven't actually played that many games from it, but I've heard that it's quite a good series.
Yeah, you played Super Paper Mario, remember?
It's not.
I've heard.
People call that one not really a true one because it's not an actual RPG.
Of course, because I actually completed that game many, many years ago. So, of course, it's not a true RPG. Why would I get credit for something like that? But anyway, sorry, enough about me, Shades.
Well, I'll join you along your adventure along with Mario and Luigi is a new character to the Mario and Luigi series, obviously. Mm-hmm. Paper Mario. Paper
Mario, that's right. So basically, and that's a series of RPG games. Yep. So they essentially, I guess they do kind of a crossover, right?
It's essentially a crossover, yes. Yes. However, there isn't Paper Luigi, who I would have loved to see in the game.
That would have been fun, wouldn't it? So.
Oh no.
Almost like when worlds collide. So.
And Bowser's team up.
Okay, well, we won't spoil it too much for everybody, but let's just say that, yeah.
Yes, there will be quite a little bit of Bowser teaming up.
Does Princess Peach get captured? I mean, that's not a spoiler because that happens in every single Mario game.
Except for, this time, it's a double. 2 for 1.
Ooh. Well,
what could that imply?
Guess you'll
Could
have to...
there be a Daisy?
I don't know. I haven't seen Daisy.
I wish there was.
So you get to make the papercraft hammer as you see in the game, which is pretty. We'd show it to you, but I think Malcolm probably wrecked it at some point.
Destroyed it,
Which Malcolm is known to do.
Can't believe I brought it all the way here and I want to get destroyed.
Yeah, well,
Part on it.
Unfortunately that happens. So let's talk about the game overall the event. How did you enjoy the Paper Jam Party overall? Because I know you played a lot, but you also got to take a break, make the hammer. There's also food and stuff like that. Your overall impressions of the event?
It was great.
Yeah, and I think and what about the other kids? Well, because I was mostly watching you guys, but I know you were sort of keeping an eye on the other kids. Do you think they were having fun as well?
Yes, I would assume so. Bowser is a butt gem.
Shades McGrey is focused on Shades McGrey and Shades McGrey only. That's what makes him Shades McGrey. So let's talk a little bit about the game then. It's basically like a light role playing game, I guess. And you've played and seen videos from other games in the series. I know we've had Mario Luigi Dream Team before, and
beat that.
You played Inside Story, I think, as well, right?
I haven't beat that, I will admit, but enough about that game.
Enough about that game, right? Well, tell me a little bit about, and tell the people watching a little bit about what the Mario and Luigi RPG series games are about. A little bit about the gameplay and whatnot.
It's a twist on the regular one. Peach gets captured, and then you go out to save her. Except for this time, instead of kind of like jumping on him, instead you have to do boss battles. You also get a hammer in the series, which is one of my favorite weapons. A hammer against shoes seems just more effective.
Right. Well, unless you come up with spiky shell opponents and you don't want to stop them because you'll get damage done, right? So battles are basically, they're turn-based, right? But not turn-based like RPG. Pokemon, where they're pure turn-based. They're a little bit more interactive.
Yeah, countering and dodging.
Yeah, so you can counter, you can dodge.
Or in this game, also counterattacking, but in this game you can also emergency block, which I haven't used. All the way offensive for this guy.
That's right. Shades McGrey doesn't do defense. It's all offense all the time. I assume. That's how Shades McGrey rolls.
Oh man, my gun clogged again.
Shades McGrey needs to take better care of his gun. So, but also, like, when you do attacks, you also have the ability to get more damage out of them as well. But there's a lot of timing. It's all about the timing in this game. You're right. Whether it be on your dodges or on your counterattacks or on your regular attacks, you have to time your button presses just right. Or your bros attacks. Your timing's got to be on.
A little bit, won't we?
Yep, we'll talk about the bros attacks in a little bit. Your timing has to be impeccable because it allows you to do more damage and vanquish enemies easier. And whether
if you don't hit, let's say that you're using Mario's hammer attack, you have to hit it right when it's at the perfect time to do all the damage. Otherwise, if you do it a little bit too early, you don't get as much damage, or too late, you just hit him with the stick.
That's right. And most attacks work that way, whether it be the stomp attacks or the hammer attacks or the trio attacks with Paper Mario or the bros attacks, basically. And those ones are essentially special little mini game type of things, where maybe you're kicking a shell back and forth, or you're hitting a
3D bro shell.
3D bro shell, yeah, or a rocket, or something along those lines.
Rocket launch.
The rocket launch, yes, and those cost the equivalent of mana, or in this case, bro points.
BP.
Which is sort of like your special magic meter or whatever that.
It's like power points in Pokemon.
Yeah, like power points in Pokemon.
Gotta spend them in order to use them effectively.
That's right. So you can, and there's quite a bit of strategy. You can decide whether maybe you just want to use the stomps and hammers all the time. For me, I like to save my bro points until I hit the bosses, when those big bro attacks really come in a lot handier because they do a lot more damage. I don't like to waste them on just the minions typically, but everyone's got their own strategy with how they deal with it.
Well, I learned in the last game, don't use Star Rocket against a Goomba. It's just no.
That just seems like kind of overkill, doesn't it?
Much overkill.
Shades McGrey, though, likes to make sure things are dead, so,
Stay down.
That's just how Shades McGrey rolls. So, yeah, and that's what kind of bro attacks are, right? And what's your favorite bro attack that you've encountered so far?
I actually think I don't know. I think it would be the Sling Sniper from the last game. Mm-hmm. Because you get to hit a weak point sometime.
Ooh, that's cool. Do you like the trio attack? The what do they call the main?
The rackets?
The rackets.
No, I prefer the kite.
The kite?
Trio kite. Take an enemy into the air, get it up to 2,000 meters, then using Paper Mario, slam it down into the ground,
Nice.
causing cracks.
So what does Paper Mario add to the game? Because we're used to playing the games with just Mario and Luigi together, adding the third element with a totally different type of feel and moveset to him. What does it do?
Well, first of all, you have to now use him with the Y button.
Okay.
The Y button.
So the Y button comes into play.
Yep. He attacks and counters differently, meaning that he has less power, but he can jump fly sort of.
Mm-hmm.
His jumps go higher and last longer. His hammers, if you have 6 copies, each copy will slam a hammer down, creating a protective shield about 1 or 2 seconds.
The copies is an interesting thing because it adds an element of strategy as well. Whereas if you have this, you have 6 copies of yourself, you can do more damage. But as you take damage yourself, you start to lose copies. It's a matter of
you can make more.
But it costs you a turn. So is it worth it for me to use a turn to regenerate those, or do I go for an attack and try and finish them off? So again, more interesting strategy that you have with the game.
I prefer to make sure that things are dead by doing overkill. I copy, then on my next turn, smash.
So, while we got you, I know you have to go soon. Your home planet needs you, but
no, just my house.
Just your house, okay.
My kids got
So
my
tell
kids found my gun collection again.
Tell me some of the things you liked about the game then.
Well, I liked Paper Mario's counterattacks.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I won one boss battle. I just let my 2 characters sit there until near the end of the battle, then I finished them off with Rose attack.
What about the game's sense of humor? I know because it's a little more self-aware. It tends to poke fun at itself, or like it brings the humor a little bit more than other Mario games that we're used to.
It breaks the fourth wall like almost constantly.
Does it?
Yep.
So I got a couple of giggles at it from time to time with some of the chicanery that they got up to.
Oh no.
One of the other things I liked too about it, and maybe tell me what you thought about this, was the tutorials were pretty good. And maybe to the point where it was a little overbearing almost. What did you think about the fact that every time you learned a new thing, it was in the guidebook, and you had the opportunity to practice it and see a demo? Did you find it was too much, or did you find it was just the right balance of helping new players understand the mechanics of the game versus just getting in your face a little too often?
I personally think it would help new players understand the game, but I also like that you can skip some of them. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make you practice jumping.
If you're good with jumping, you can just jump right into it. Shades McGrey isn't the only pun master around here. What is something?
The better one.
Of course, the better one. No one's better than Shades McGrey. What is one thing you would have liked to have seen in the game that wasn't there, or an improvement that could have been made?
I already told you that I wanted to see Paper Luigi in this game, but other than that, there's not much.
Okay.
Maybe a few more papercraft battles, just random papercraft battles. That would have been kind of interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
And some areas there were no papercraft battles. It was like the or the area that I'm currently on.
All right, fair enough. So, give me your overall impressions of the game, especially for kids around, the 10 to 14 age range. Because it does seem like adults can enjoy it, and I certainly enjoy it. But it is certainly aimed towards a younger demographic as well. So, what do you think in terms of kids around, Owen's age? Your buddy Owen, 10 to 14. What do you think they would think of the game?
Well, I think that I had people around my age and Owen upstairs, and Owen who is upstairs right now, his age. I think that they really enjoy it because I enjoyed it. I mean, if I enjoy it, most people would enjoy it.
Okay. Well, you heard it from the mouth of Shades McGrey himself. It's Shades McGrey approved. Mario and Luigi Paper Jam.
Shades McGrey approved.
All right. Thanks a lot, Shades, for coming out, and I hope we'll see you again real soon.
Yep, I gotta go though. Oh, my kids found the gun storage again.
Oh boy.